Congratulations, I understand you successfully completed the Safe Mortgage Loan Originator State Component exam. You are correct. So that is like a license to print money, right? No, the only person I know who has a license to print money is the Ben Bernanke. Oh yes, I remember that from an earlier video on the quantitative easing. But now that you have passed your test you can be a loan officer, right? No, I still must complete 20 hours of approved NMLS pre-licensing education, submit fingerprints to the FBI for a criminal background check, provide authorization to obtain a copy of my credit report, and provide proof of employment with a single approved residential mortgage loan broker. This must all be completed through the NMLS. You keep talking about the NMLS. Who is the NMLS? The NMLS is the nationwide mortgage licensing system which was created to comply with the federal requirements of the Secure and Fair Enforcement for Mortgage Licensing Act of 2008. Oh, I understand now. If you want to be a loan officer you must first register with the NMLS, go to the class, take the test, have your fingerprints taken, and have a criminal background check completed. You forgot the part about paying the fees related to each of those activities. Oh sure, and pay the fees. Then you can be a loan officer, right? No, that is not correct. If I want to be a loan officer, and not take the class, not take the test, not authorize the fingerprinting and the background check, or pay the related fees required, so I can still be a loan officer, how could that be? Would you not be a violation of the 2008 SAFE Act thingy you talked about earlier? I could apply for a job as a residential loan officer at a depository institution. A depository institution? Yes, a depository institution. What is a depository institution? You are not very smart, are you? A depository institution is an institution that takes deposits. I do not understand. It is a bank, you idiot. A bank is an example of a depository institution. So if you are hired by the bank to be loan officer, one would assume the bank must follow similar guidelines to ensure secure and fair enforcement, correct? Not really. What do you mean? Does not each bank have to follow universally recognized hiring guidelines to prevent the hiring or subsequent employment of an individual who would not qualify under the rigid requirements of the SAFE Act? No. So a bank could choose to hire whoever they want to be a residential loan officer? Yes. What about the required 20 hours of class? Not required. What about the fingerprinting and background checks? Yes, it is true that depository institutions require some type of background check prior to hiring an employee. What about the continuing education? Not required. What about the paying of fees? Not required. Most depository institutions pay the fees to screen the applicant and pay the fees for subsequent training of the applicant. Depository institution? Sorry, I forget you are a little slow. Please substitute the word bank if I utilize the term depository institution. Okay, I will try to remember that. So banks can make up the guidelines as they go. But banks heavily regulated by state and federal officials? Yes, banks are regulated. So a bank would never do anything stupid like hire the wrong person to be a loan officer, right? It is not like the bank would mismanage a residential mortgage portfolio. Certainly not to the extent that is would jeopardize the solvency of the institution. Do you live in a cave? No, I do not live in a cave. Why do you ask? If I live in a cave. Year to date the United States has a total of 149 bank failures. Is that a lot of bank failures? It is more than the 140 bank failures recorded in 2009. So bank loan officers are not held to the same requirements of the Federal Secure and Fair Enforcement for Mortgage Licensing Act of 2008, correct? Well, that would seem neither secure nor fair. You may not be as stupid as you first appeared. Thank you. Can we come back here by this pink tree and talk more about issues relating to residential mortgage lending? Yes, we will meet again soon. We have many things to discuss.